John Maron was a Syriac monk, and the first Maronite Patriarch. He is revered as a saint by the Maronite and Roman Catholic churches, and is commemorated on March 2. He died and was buried in Kfarhy near Batroun, in Lebanon, where a shrine is dedicated to him. Early life. John was born in Maron, a town located south of the city of Antioch. He was the son of Agathon and Anohamia. He was called John the Saramite since his father was governor of Maron. His paternal grandfather Prince Alidapus was the nephew of Carloman, a Frankish prince, and governed Antioch. John was educated in Antioch and the monastery of St. Maron, studying mathematics, sciences, philosophy, theology, philology, and scripture. He became a monk at the monastery, adding the name Maron to his own. John studied Greek and patrology in Constantinople. Returning to St. Maron's, he wrote on such diverse topics as teaching, rhetoric, the sacraments, management of church property, legislative techniques, and liturgy. He composed the Eucharistic prayer which still bears his name. As a young priest he engaged himself in ecumenical debates with the monophysites. Noted as a teacher and preacher, he explained the doctrine of the Council of Chalcedon, wrote a series of letters to the faithful against monothelitism, and then traveled Syria to explain the heresy. He was consecrated bishop in 676, and assigned to Mount Lebanon with a mission to oppose heresies, keep the Maronites united with the Church, and support the faithful in an area being invaded by Arabs. He traveled extensively in the areas involved in combat, preaching, conducting mass, tending to the sick, and sheltering the homeless. The first Maronite Patriarch, the Patriarch of Antioch, Anastasius II, was martyred in 609. With the ongoing Byzantine-Sasanian War and general unrest in the area, Constantinople began to appoint a series of titular patriarchs. The Maronites made up the bulk of the Mardites' army, the so-called brass wall that shielded Constantinople and the Byzantine Empire from Arab expansion. They used the power and importance to have John Maron, one of their own, chosen as Patriarch of Antioch and all the East. Maronite sources give the date of his election as 685. John received the approval of Pope Sergius I, and became the first Maronite Patriarch. The Byzantine Emperor Justinian II feared the growing power of the Mardite army, and was angered that his approval had not been sought for the appointment of John as Patriarch. In 687, as part of an agreement with Abd al-Malik ibn Marwan, Justinian sent 12,000 Christian Maronites from Lebanon to Armenia, in exchange for a substantial payment and half the revenues of Cyprus. In 694 Justinian sent his army to defeat the Mardites and capture John. They managed to win battles against the Mardites, overrun Antioch, and destroy the monastery there, killing 500 monks in the process. John led his people to the remote Kadisha Valley in Lebanon. When Justinian's army followed, the Mardites, under the leadership of John's nephew Ibrahim, defeated them decisively. John then founded the monastery of Rish Maran in Kfarhy, Lebanon, and moved his seat to Mount Lebanon. The Maronites sealed themselves off from the outside, and founded their own national and religious identity, though still part of the Catholic Church, with John seen as one of the great founders. John Maron died probably in 707. Works. John Maron works are in Syriac, on faith. Questions to the monophysites.